The life and times of NovaOnline is a pretty fairly simple one. He goes to work, he goes to his favorite restaurants, he records a TikTok, uploads it online, and then rinse and repeat almost every single day. But as the weeks go on, it seems like so many monkey wrenches are being thrown into Nova's plans. Just a few weeks ago, Nova was banned from his favorite karaoke bar. Now, I'm not sure if this is from trolls telling them that he's like a predator, or it's from trolls telling them that he's only 20 years old. Now, I bet you Nova got around that by saying, I don't want to drink, because he doesn't drink, he just wanted to go and sing, but maybe this was enough to tell him, hey, get the hell out of here, don't come back, because that's what they did tell him. And then shortly afterwards, we found out that he had lost his job as well. Now, I don't know if this is troll influenced, but the fact that he felt the need to put it up on his TikTok very sadly, as you see here, makes me think that it probably was. However, Nova's such like a foolish individual that I wouldn't be surprised if he just did something to do this to himself. But it seems like the bad news just keeps on a-coming for old Nova, because now it's found out from Nova's own mouth that he has been banned from his favorite gym. Now, Nova is sporadically getting banned from every single place that he happens to frequent, and I'm pretty sure the gas station showers at the Love's gas station he always goes to, that's probably next. And I know we all thought it was very weird that he felt the need to go do a gas station shower review, but then he made us all eat our words when he went back and did it again. Nova's had a pretty interesting past few weeks, so we're going to look down his TikTok page and see what's going on with the Novester. So I hope you guys enjoy the video.
I'm not going to even pretend to be happy, because my mental health is shit right now. There's no fucking point in it. I'm not speaking Japanese. Pilot's big dogs are back. I walked 1.5 miles just to get one, and we're gonna try them out. They are $6.50 a piece. Absolutely insane. When I can get a Costco hot dog for $1.50.
Now, Nova starts off the video by reviewing a new hot dog called like a Pilot's hot dog. I've never heard of this place before, but it's apparently so well regarded that Nova walked 1.5 miles to get there. Now, we all know that Nova loves that meat in his mouth, but I gotta ask you guys something here. Why the hell would you ever walk almost 2 miles for a hot dog, especially one that you're going to eventually complain about and try to put it on the same scale as Costco's hot dogs? I've been to Costco before. They have like a decent hot dog, that's the point of it though. It's cheap, it's something quick you can eat to walk around the store. All I know is the Costco guys, they would be very disappointed in you, Nova. Next up, we get to Nova at his favorite kava bar, drinking a kava-infused drink or something like that. He always makes sure to specify this is non-alcoholic. I'm pretty sure this is a kratom drink he's drinking, and he's doing it all to the amazing background sounds of Joshua Block's It's 1700 Somewhere. Now look, I'd love to play that song, but I've already been copyright struck for lolcow music before. Look at Daniel Larson's Something More. But just imagine that sound in the background, the pour me something tall and strong. That's what's going on in the background of Nova drinking here, and it fits despite Nova actually not ever touching alcohol in his life. Again though, Nova's not even 21, so he could have his Joshua Block moment himself, turning 21 and then running around the streets of Spokane as the local alcoholic, but only time will tell.
This strawberry Italian soda was $5.50 something. Is it worth it? Let's find out. I got this from the Vault Coffee in downtown Coeur d'Alene. I know some of y'all are questioning the overflow of whipped cream. They overfilled it, and it caused a huge freaking mess on the table, so that's not good. But anyways, 20 ounce Italian soda made a huge fucking mess on the table. Let's try it out. Dai Boja. Nope. Maybe I just didn't mix it up enough. Tasted flavorless. Let's try that one more time. Still not good.
So Nova goes to some Italian soda place and he tries a cherry soda, and he is not a fan of it, as you can see there. They put way too much cream in that thing, which is never a problem when he goes to the gas station apparently, but it's a problem here, and he's not having it. It made a mess on the table, and that's this restaurant's problem. Like, don't get it twisted. Nova could have gotten like a napkin and put it around the drink when he saw it overflowing. And granted, they shouldn't have given him an overflow drink. That is a good point. But to say that they're the problem for it getting all over the table, Nova, just maybe don't be so messy,
Is this the circle of smoothies?
No, you see, this is a video of me talking about Nova's oafish tendencies over the past few weeks and documenting it and giving commentary over it to my channel. This is not, in fact, a circle of smoothies.
Kenco. Now, this company has been all over Walmart recently advertising their instant smoothies. You have to get this special shaker bottle and these smoothie packets. Today we're going to be trying the purple flavor with the red flavor being in a future video. Quick disclaimer, I am not sponsored by Kenco, although I wish I was. EA500797@gmail.com. Kenco, hit me up.
They are never hitting you up. Look, Nova, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, because he tries to do this in almost every one of his videos with the product that he somewhat likes. He tries to get them on as a sponsor, and Nova will also be in the comment sections of these very TikToks defending himself tooth and nail over the allegation of being called a lolcow or a predator, this and that, and yeah, I wouldn't imagine these companies would want their products sponsored on a video like this, and especially when it's someone like Nova who's done a bunch of like creepy shit in his past. It's something that he doesn't really grasp. He thinks that this TikTok of his is a bustling career that he's gonna make a fortune off of, not knowing that almost every one of those followers is there to see him like slip up, is there to see him do something stupid, and that's the case for all these guys we seem to cover on the channel, with the exception of a few. People are really just here to watch the shit show. They're not here to see you thrive, to give you support, and they all think that they have this bustling fan base that's there for just that. Cyrax thinks that, Jupiter thinks that, Chris Chan thinks that, they all think that. And it's something that they'll never realize, but they'll continue to fight for these things like sponsorships or monetization, when really, if they do achieve it, it'll only last for a few days until enough public outcry gets that shit taken away real fast.
What is good, y'all? It is NovaOnline. I am once again doing this video as a voiceover because they were playing copyrighted music inside of this restaurant.
That's such a weird thing to care about when, like, Nova uses copyrighted music in almost every single one of his TikToks. I know this because a few weeks ago I was checking the Too High for Stupid archives. That's myself and Kiwi Tapes' podcast, live every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And I'm known to use copyrighted music at the beginning of almost every show. Now here's the thing though, when these videos are re-uploaded, you can go down to the description to see what songs play in them, and basically see which songs got the video copyright struck. And what I found so funny is that during Nova's section, we got struck for the song Espresso. So, like, this is nothing new for Nova. He gets struck all the time, but this Chinese restaurant doing it is just like no.
After a night out at the Kava Bar, I went to the Shiki Restaurant and Oyster Bar, or Hibachi Bar, something along those lines of the name, in downtown Coeur d'Alene, and I started off my meal with a onion mushroom soup, which I wasn't a huge fan of. There just wasn't a whole lot of flavor going on, and me personally, I preferred that miso soup that I had gotten at that other sushi restaurant I went to. Yes, I'm talking about the one that gave me food poisoning. Then next up, we have this house salad with a oriental dressing. Let's go ahead and try this out. Me personally, I loved the veggies on here. I just wish the dressing could have been a little bit better. But even with that, I still preferred the salad over the soup. It just had a lot more flavor. Then it was time for the main meal. I got a chicken and New York strip steak hibachi plate. Gotta use the chopsticks. Let's first start out by trying the chicken. The chicken was so juicy, had so much flavor in it, and to me personally, it was my favorite part of the dish. Now next up, we gotta try some of the hibachi vegetables, which I loved. Next up, we'll try the New York strip steak. Cooked just right, just to how I like it, and that was just as flavorful as the chicken.
Yeah, I want to be honest, I don't care enough to stick around and find out Nova's review. He just thinks of a random number in his head, and there you go. Kind of like most food reviewers. Looking at you, Portnoy, you ain't got shit on Nova. But I mean, if you ever end up in this like hibachi Japanese place that Nova never explicitly gives the name of, try the juicy chicken, try the good steak, try the good vegetables that Nova clearly only ate one of to try to taunt for the camera, like, hey, I eat my vegetables, guys, don't be bugging me. Later in the video, you'll find out that maybe Nova's not eating as many of his vegetables as he wants you to believe. In the next one here, Nova looks bewildered at the fact that a bunch of other lolcows were trying to start beef with him. I don't know why he's so confused about this, as it's nothing new. Him and Tofiachu have been going back and forth for what seems like years now, but I think this was like in reference to back when White Bowser was back on the internet for like a week or two, and he decided to call out Nova. Now it seemed like he called out Nova more out of like jealousy that me and Kiwi were covering Nova more than him, but it's just a weird situation all around. There's probably some other TikTok lolcows going after him too, so Nova's just got a lot on his plate right now, and he's on the other side of a lot of fights, and it's going to be interesting to see who comes out the winner.
How good are gas station showers? Part 2. Let's find out. Hi there. I would like to purchase a shower, please. Oh, there it goes. Alright, once again, we are in. So, because of the success of my first shower video, today we are doing another one. So, Pilot does give you soap and fresh towels as well. But however, I had brought my own just in case. And it looks like they also have a fan in here as well, so it does not get too hot. Let's check out the water pressure real quickly. If I can find out how to turn the fucking thing on. Alright. Water pressure, not the best. Alright guys, I'm gonna go take my shower. I'll be right back. Smokey, Kiwi, I know y'all are gonna have a field day with this video.
Alright, why the fuck is his first thought after getting out of the shower me and Kiwi? I really thought Nova was starting to lean into us making fun of him here, because him bringing up that we'll have a field day with this, with a smile on his face, is something that you'd think he doesn't want. Nova comes to our chat every week when we host our podcast, and rants and raves and freaks out at us. He was so giddy for his membership to end, because if you guys weren't aware, last month somebody named Sleep Paralysis Gremlin gifted a bunch of memberships to the channel, and Nova, being in the chat at the time, was given one of these memberships, and he was not happy about it, because now he had the little badge next to his name showing that he supported the show that kind of shits on him all the time. And Nova made it known that he was waiting patiently for that 1 month to go up so he could gladly say he's not a member. And when he showed up to the stream to gleefully declare that his membership was over, Sleep Paralysis Gremlin swooped in again and got Nova with a second month of membership to the channel, which now Nova is probably very, very pissed off about. But getting back to the shower reviews, I really don't understand this whole situation and why Nova finds it so important to constantly go to the gas station in order to get a shower. Now, I know I just said I really don't understand it, but as we've been watching a lot more of Nova's content, I'm slowly starting to, and it's because Nova's house is just a mess. He's put up videos before in his kitchen, and you can see how cluttered and messy it is. There looks like a bunch of mold on his sink, and if it's in his sink, it's probably in his shower too. And knowing Nova, showers aren't on his top priority list. That's maybe something that happens once every week or so, maybe twice a week. And as you can see in this video here of him doing his WWE entrance, yeah, his house is a mess. Kind of like Chris Chaman. I don't know if it's to that level of hoarder shit, but it's pretty bad in there. And I think that's why Nova shuffles off to the gas station in order to get a more clean shower. And how bad of a look is that for you? That your house is so messy that you find it really, really important to get down to the clean gas station shower. I couldn't imagine.
Next on the tour of my record a fucking bunch of videos of Palooza so I can take a break from fucking filming. We're back. Today we've got Subway's number 2 in wrap form, coming in at $8. Is it worth it? Let's find out. Little cross view of what we're dealing with. It kind of got squished on the walk home from Subway, but This looks pretty good. Let's give it a shot. Bon appetit. Instead of the Baja Chipotle, I got honey mustard and mayo. I am in absolute shock. The sauce combo is absolutely out of this world, and it is so peppery too. I also like the fact that it's not overly sweet too, and all the veggies in here are super fresh. In spite of all that, I do think this actually might be on par with the 45, because the 45 had like a perfect amount of everything, while this has an excellent sauce combination. I'm not sure which one's better. We might have to do a tiebreaker round. Anyways, Nova Universe, signing off.
So Nova does a review for like a new Subway sandwich or maybe like a Subway wrap. I gotta be honest, I'm half paying attention while these are going on, like as I'm trying to record. All I know is Nova did another food review and he started it by just bitching and moaning like he usually does. You know, oh, I had to walk all the way there and the sandwich got crushed, and oh, finally I can end this recording because I'm so fucking tired of recording videos today. Like he's always got something to bitch about in these food reviews, and he can never just sit there and enjoy the wrap. You know, just sit there, Nova. I know you can't sit in your house because, again, the clutter situation, so you're eating this Subway in your backyard, but find a way to enjoy it without bitching.
Alright, today we've got a bootleg food review. Bumblebee Lemon Pepper Tuna versus generic Food Club brand. Which one is better?
Nova then gives the people exactly what they want as he reviews some bootleg tuna, and again, don't care enough to finish the video, because what I saw above that was Nova saying that he sprained his wrist while working out, and there's Nova with the cast on his hand, which is really funny, considering that cast is nowhere to be found in like the future TikToks we're about to watch. But it's also good to know that Nova will have a lot of time to work on this like fakely sprained wrist of his, because he can no longer actually go to the gym, as we brought up before. So maybe they just they banned him preemptively because they were like, hey, we know about this phantom injury of yours and we don't want it to get any worse, so for the time being, get the fuck out of our gym.
Rep challenge. Low row on 75. Let's go.
Now, if I'm to be believed, I'm just assuming here, but possibly this was the workout that got Nova injured. And if not, you know, he's back in the gym pretty quickly after the fact. Now, that video of his sprained wrist was a few weeks before the gym banning announcement, so he may have had time to go back, but look at him here. Nova's just an absolute force of nature in the gym. And it's so crazy to me that he's not just ripped to shreds. Like, you see him right here? Like, all he's doing is eating Subway in his backyard, walking 2 miles to get there, and then just pumping iron in the gym.
Hey 18 plus fans, this is a little bit of a announcement video. So many of you may know that I'm thinking about bringing back Hour of Joy as a solo project, and in order for that I want someone to keep up on all the locale updates on locales that I'm not familiar with, such as Andrew Ditch, Jupiter, possibly doing some on Cyrax, and maybe Wings and King Cobra. So if y'all are interested in helping me keep up with locale updates for the Hour of Joy, please shoot me an email, e85080797@gmail.com. Nova Universe, signing off.
Okay, so now we have to take a few steps back. Remember that Nova recently had a podcast called The Hour of Joy that really he created to try to spite myself and Kiwi Tapes to show that anyone could have a podcast. And what he did was he got his co-host, and they sat there and they bitched about me, Kiwi, Sensitive Society, even Tofiachu for like a half an hour, and it was shortly revealed after that Nova's co-host was a 15-year-old girl. Now Nova had known this, and of course when it came to light he tried to say that, oh, well, we were just friends, yada yada yada, and that's despite the girl coming out herself and saying that Nova was being a bit flirtatious with her. Weird situation there, but Nova decided to cut ties with that person, call them a troll, and say they deceived him. That's what all these creeps always do, blame the person who's actually the victim in the situation. But now Nova's talking about starting another podcast, a solo project, and in that podcast he wants to cover all the locale news, because again, in his eyes, he's better than all those people he just named right there. Andy Ditch, Nova's way over him. Jupiter, Cyrax, he may have a point on them too. Cobra, Wings, Wings with his weird comments about the age of consent. And Cobra's just Cobra. He hates sickos. He would hate Nova. And I imagine them two would have a pretty decent back and forth. But the point of the matter is, Nova just starts naming off lolcows. And weirdly enough, it's kind of like all the same lolcows that myself and Kiwi tend to cover on our show. I'm pretty sure this is just another attempt at him trying to have his own little too high for stupid. But it's so ridiculous that he thinks he's going to get on there and just rip into these other cows and be like, hey, I'm better than you. When really, you're all just you all come from the same fucking ilk, Nova. You're all a bunch of creeps, and if this podcast ever does happen, the only way I could see it being successful is if you actually have, like, Jupiter on there, and you and him just go back and forth for, like, an hour. Pretty sure people would want to see that. Nova then starts putting up really depressing quotes and, like, sayings. He says here, they only care when I'm gone. They only come around when I start floating. I've damn near lost all hope. Fuck it all. Basically, what he's saying there is, I had a bad day, guys. Maybe the internet trolls were a little too much. Maybe I got in some, like, trouble at work. Nonetheless, feel bad for me. Feel some pity for me right now. A few days later, though, he follows up with another one of these, saying, I'm starting to lose all hope. Being told to KYS almost every day just makes those thoughts stronger. The trolls will start to regret it when I'm eventually gone. And as I said before, Nova's most likely doing all this just to get attention, but people apparently did reach out to him to see if he was okay. And of course, when people actually started asking, like, yo, are you good? Like, is everything, like, are you actually serious about what you're talking about? He made this video here kind of downplaying everything and saying that he was never really serious about it in the first place.
Hey y'all, it's Nova Kadri. So, I know a lot of the comments from the last video have concerned a lot of you. Some of you don't give a shit. Some of you actually do care. And wait for that car to pass. I just wanna fuck! Anyways, guys, I just wanna let you know that I'm doing fine as of the moment. I haven't done anything to try and hurt myself. Right now, I'm perfectly safe, and even though I may still be in somewhat of a bad mood, I just want to let you know, right now, I'm doing fine. And for the trolls who actually said that I should yeet myself, you actually all need to get a life. SH is no joke.
SH? I don't think that stands for what he thinks it stands for, but Nova made this video to kind of quell everybody's worries because, of course, you know, he wanted to get a little bit of sympathy, but he didn't want people to actually think he was going to hurt himself because that could entail the police showing up at his door. Because he clearly wants nothing serious to happen despite making these incredibly serious claims. Anybody who makes these, 9 times out of 10, I usually believe them, because you don't want to take something like that lightly. But of course with Nova and most other lolcows, they always do this when they feel backed into a corner or feel like they've been picked on too much. They feel like this is the last resort to kind of get people to hear them out or to give them what they want, and I think that's exactly what Nova was trying to do here, because it only took like a few hours for him to be right back to the goofy food reviews.
People have emailed me and asked me all the time, asking, hey Nova, have you ever used any of the products that you have gotten from free samples still? Actually, I still use a lot of them.
Nobody ever emailed him that. Nobody ever even asked him that question. He just needed a reason to start this video, and that was the first one he could come up with. But Nova, again, he doesn't realize that most people just see him as a lolcow, as someone to kind of point and laugh at online. And despite what your feelings are about that and what that does to a person, it's what happens with Nova. And nobody's just emailing him or talking to him about his favorite food products. They're kind of just berating him. So when he starts things like this or talks about sponsorships, you can almost every time just go, yeah, that's bullshit, and he's just kind of hyping himself up. And then finally, we get to the gym termination. Nova says, I need to step away from TikTok for a few days. The gym terminated my membership. Damn trolls. And Nova didn't really step away from TikTok for too long. I'm pretty sure he already has some new stuff out. But the really important thing I wanted to look at is this right here. Because this is a body scan that Nova took, and he posted it online in order to rub it in the face of the trolls. Because you see, for the longest time, remember how I was just telling y'all that all people do is berate Nova? He finally had the silver bullet. He had something to show them and go, see, you're all fucking wrong. You've all been saying I don't do much at the gym. You've all been saying that I'm just overweight. Well, I'm not. And this paper right here proves it. Or so he thought. Because I guess in Nova's mind, these numbers, like, they sounded good to him. They sounded like something he could use to rub it in people's faces. And I don't think he really thought about what people were really going to think. Because it says here that after Nova took his full 360-degree body scan, that they have determined that he is a 5'8" man who weighs 262 pounds. Now, again, if that's like your body type, it doesn't matter. Like, body type really doesn't matter to people. If you're happy in your life, you're happy. But Nova, to put this online and tell people, haha, I got you. All right, you can stop being fat phobic pieces of shit now. And then to give people, like, the ammo that you desperately don't want them to have, they have it. Down to the exact, like to the exact pound you are, Nova. Another thing I found funny about this paper is that, like, further down the list, it says that his right arm is, like, I guess, more lean than his left arm. I'm not no medical professional. I don't know if that's just a thing. Kind of is funny to me, considering, you know, what that could mean. But look, all I know is Nova has had a wacky couple of weeks. He's apparently going to be taking a little bit of time off to figure out the gym situation, and I think that's what he's going to start doing now, is keeping a much lower profile, because for the longest time he would record at the gym, record at these restaurants, even record out front of his work, and he's getting banned and kicked out of all of them and fired from his job, so I don't think he's going to be doing this stuff too much longer, but I could be wrong. The cows always, they always do this shit. They always keep it going and never learn their lesson, and that could be exactly what we're seeing with Nova here today. So if anything more happens with the guy, I'll be sure to update y'all, and until the next time, I will see y'all later. Have a great day, y'all, and enjoy the rest of your summer, ladies and gentlemen, because it may be ending soon, but you still got a lot of time to get out there, chill out, and catch some sun. So you guys go do that, and I will be waiting around to see y'all next time.